Hello friend, it's BAWLER again, and this is important news for you. Please subscribe to my channel, it's very important. North Korea began sending troops to Russia in late 2024. Less than a year later, the country has already endured devastating losses. An estimated 6,000 North Korean soldiers have either been killed or wounded. Nevertheless, Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea, has vowed to dispatch another 6,000 personnel to the war-torn Kursk Oblast. Officially, the mission is to aid in reconstruction efforts following a year of fierce fighting in the region. This bold move underscores Kim's deepening alliance with Russia. Since the onset of the war, North Korea has stood among the few nations openly backing the Kremlin. Back in 2022, North Korea became just the third country, after Russia and Syria, to recognize the Russian-backed separatist republics of Luhansk and Donetsk in Ukraine's Donbas region. In response, Ukraine swiftly condemned Pyongyang's actions and severed all diplomatic ties. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Kyiv denounced North Korea's recognition of these occupied territories, calling it a hostile gesture and affirming that all political and economic relations had already been frozen under international sanctions. Since then, North Korea has continuously supported Russia's invasion, even as much of the international community imposed sanctions on Moscow. Kim Jong-un has supplied the Russian military with artillery, missiles, and ammunition, which have been used in attacks against Ukraine. The situation escalated sharply in October 2024 when reports emerged that North Korean soldiers were being deployed to Russia. They underwent intensive training in the eastern regions. Ukraine's military intelligence agency, HIUR, confirmed the presence of North Korean troops in Kursk, while the U.S. Department of Defense estimated that by the end of October, around 10,000 North Korean soldiers had entered the region. Since then, estimates suggest that 11,000 to 14,000 North Korean troops have been involved, with approximately half of them either killed or injured. These figures were confirmed by the UK's Ministry of Defense in an intelligence update posted on June 15th, stating that North Korean forces likely sustained over 6,000 casualties during offensive operations in Kursk. This amounts to more than half of the original 11,000 troops deployed. Open-source intelligence indicates that Pyongyang has since sent small reinforcements. Most of these casualties occurred during brutal, large-scale, infantry-based assaults. While the death toll is staggering, it's not unexpected. Russia itself has suffered heavy losses. In a June 12th intelligence update, the UK MOD revealed that Russian casualties in Ukraine had surpassed 1 million, with an estimated 250,000 troops killed or missing, Russia's highest combat losses since World War II. In 2025 alone, over 200,000 Russian soldiers have reportedly been killed or wounded, with Ukraine claiming daily averages of 250 Russian casualties. Russia's soldiers are at least familiar with Ukrainian terrain. North Korean troops, by contrast, come from an entirely different climate and landscape, having received minimal training before being thrust into the conflict. Many military experts foresaw heavy losses for North Korea. In October 2024, South Korea's defense minister described North Korean troops as mere cannon fodder for Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky later echoed that sentiment. Colonel Ants Kiviselg, head of Estonia's Defense Intelligence Center, noted that North Korean soldiers are trained mainly for combat in mountainous regions. Roughly 80% of North Korea is mountainous. This, he said, leaves them ill-prepared for the flat and open terrain of Ukraine. Kiviselg also stated that the training provided in Russia is subpar, predicting even higher losses for North Korea than Russia has endured. His prediction proved accurate. Rather than delivering a decisive blow to Ukraine, North Korean forces have suffered massive losses. Kim Jong-un is now preparing memorials for the fallen. Russia's former defense minister and current Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu recently returned from a visit to Pyongyang and announced plans to honor North Korean casualties. Both governments intend to construct memorials in Russia and North Korea, with a full memorial complex and museum planned in Pyongyang. Despite the losses, Pyongyang is pressing forward. Shoigu revealed that North Korea plans to send an additional 6,000 personnel to Kursk, 5,000 military construction workers, and 1,000 sappers who specialize in explosive ordnance disposal and fortifications. These individuals are tasked with rebuilding damaged infrastructure and clearing mines, though no timeline has been given. This new deployment comes after Ukraine's incursion into Kursk in August 2024. Ukrainian forces swiftly seized dozens of settlements, claiming nearly 500 square miles and capturing hundreds of Russian troops. In September, Zelensky vowed to hold the territory and push Putin to negotiations. However, by November, Ukraine had lost about 40% of its gains, and by March 2025, Russia had regained nearly all of it, including the strategic town of Sudza. Despite their eventual withdrawal, Ukrainian forces made the most of their time in Kursk. Reports indicate they planted mines and destroyed vital infrastructure, making the area extremely dangerous for both Russian and North Korean personnel. In April, Ukrainian airstrikes targeted depots in Kursk, killing dozens of Russians. Recent attacks near Tyotkino suggest Ukraine may soon retake that area. Even if North Korea's new wave of personnel isn't deployed directly to the front lines, they still face serious threats. The region remains saturated with Ukrainian mines and drone strikes. So why would Kim send more of his people into such danger? The answer is simple: money. According to Soo Kim, a former CIA analyst and North Korea expert, this is a way for Kim to quickly generate revenue. In exchange for manpower, Russia provides economic aid and military expertise. Numerous reports confirm that Pyongyang has received cash payments, rice, and advanced military support from Moscow. South Korea's NIS intelligence service reported that each North Korean soldier earns roughly $2,000 monthly, while construction workers make around $800. However, experts believe most of the money goes directly to Kim's inner circle. Defectors like Hyun Sung say the soldiers see little or none of this compensation. Sending troops also helps North Korea secure vital resources. North Korea produces around 4 million tons of grain annually, 1 million tons short of its needs. Russia's rice donations, reported to be up to 700,000 tons, could cover more than half of this shortfall. A few shipments of artillery shells have earned Pyongyang vast quantities of food and aid. Beyond economic incentives, military gains are also key. Reports suggest Russia is helping North Korea develop space tech and reconnaissance satellites. More critically, if war erupts on the Korean peninsula, North Korea may now count on Russian military support. As former Ambassador Wi Sung-lak put it, North Korea has earned this alliance by fighting for Russia. While Russia's military is worn down by the Ukraine war, its backing would still pose a major threat to South Korea. Unsurprisingly, Japan and South Korea are alarmed by growing North Korea-Russia cooperation. Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba warned that the alliance could jeopardize global security. South Korea's foreign ministry echoed these concerns and condemned North Korea's violation of UN sanctions. Experts worry that North Korean troops are gaining critical battlefield experience. If war breaks out in Asia, that could give Pyongyang an edge. For now, North Korea is fully committed to Russia's campaign, showing no signs of retreat. Despite being dismissed as expendable, North Korean troops have impressed many with their discipline and combat effectiveness. Ukrainian forces have noted their resilience and courage. Lieutenant Colonel Yaroslav Cheporny praised their physical fitness, small arms proficiency, and bravery, even noting that some choose suicide over capture. Ukrainian soldier Yuri Bondar confirmed this, describing self-detonations and battlefield tactics that shocked his unit. Russian officials, including Putin himself, have also expressed admiration. Putin praised the North Koreans' role in retaking Kursk, calling them heroes on par with Russian soldiers. While North Korea may lack the global alliances Ukraine enjoys, it remains a crucial and committed partner for Russia. The 6,000 North Koreans now heading to Kursk may suffer grave losses, but their presence will continue to bolster Russian forces, challenge Ukraine's efforts, and deepen the dangerous partnership between Moscow and Pyongyang.